Hey everyone, welcome back for a little TLC. Before we get into our topic for today, I want to remind you to do two things. Number one, Christianity After Dark is this Friday, September 25th at 7:30, so make sure you register. We're going to be having a very transparent conversation about sex, and I don't want y'all to miss out. I'm going to put the registration link below, but make sure you are logged on for Christianity After Dark. Okay, so that's thing number one. The second thing I want you to do is make sure you send me any questions you might have about me. I'm going to do a Q&A video after my birthday so that y'all can get to know me a little better. So text me, private message me, whatever you need to do. Ask me any questions. I will answer honestly so y'all can get to know me. So with that, this week we're going to be talking about why it's important for Christians to be concerned about their physical health. For the past 2 weeks, we've been talking about health. So we talked about cancer and how you can take some preventative measures to either prevent cancer altogether or at least alleviate some of the physical ailments of cancer by, watching what you eat, exercising, and just watching and taking care and listening to your body. And then last week we had Quentin Grace from Primal Essentials come, and he talked about some of his healthy snacks and the importance of us listening to our bodies and being concerned about what we put into our bodies as far as food is concerned. And so I know we've been pretty health heavy the past couple of weeks, and there are some people who believe, we as Christians, we are spiritual beings, so why in the world are you spending all this time talking about physical things? So today I want to get into that. Should we even be concerned about our physical health? Let's get into it. Okay, so I think that there is no question that we as Christians should be concerned about our physical health. I'll give y'all a couple reasons why I think this is important. First, for me, when I was in ministerial training, we read a book called Biblical Preaching by, I think it's either Haddon or Haddix Robinson. I don't know. I'll put it up here. But anyway, there was one particular part in the book where the author said, how can I as a preacher expect anyone to take me seriously if I'm overweight and I'm preaching a sermon about self-control? And I see, it's still so funny to me. I was like, ooh. Awkward. Because it really is true. Like, how can we expect for people to listen to us about self-control if we are showing by our physical body that we don't have any control over what we eat or putting into our body or even like exercising or working out? And if we're broke down in our bodies because we don't care anything about our physical health, how can we expect people to want to serve a God who's supposed to cause all these wonderful things to happen in our lives and say we're abundantly blessed, but we're always sick or we can barely move around or anything like that? And so I really was convicted by that particular part of the book because I'm probably still a little bit overweight according to regular BMI standards, but that's another story for another day. But I am trying to be more conscious about working out, taking care of my body by watching what I put into it. And I really do feel so much better. And I won't feel like a complete hypocrite when I'm talking to people about self-control, because I know that I'm trying to do what I can in the physical to take care of my body. So if that convicts you in any way, where if someone said to you, how are you going to talk to me about a wonderful God and you're sick all the time? Or how are you going to talk to me about self-control when you don't have any self-control over your own self? Then I implore you to consider ways that you can take care of your physical health. Another thing that I think about is how the Bible tells us that our physical bodies are the temple of God. So I believe it would behoove us to take care of the temple. Like, I want God to have a beautiful, healthy, and clean place to reside. And hopefully you all feel the same way as well. I know that our spiritual fruit is very important, but if our bodies are literally the temple of God, do you think that God wants to be dwelling within us when we're like passed out because we have the itis, or if we're like literally so obese that we can't move around? I think that we should focus on the physical portion of being a Christian and having a temple that's worth living in. When it comes to our churches, the building of the church, a lot of times we have cleaning crews who are coming in to make sure that everything is neat and in order. We might have beautification committees to come in and make sure that, you know, there are nice flowers and decorations all around the church. Why wouldn't we do that with our physical bodies? Making sure that we are clean from the inside out, making sure that we feel good, that we think we look good. It's not about being incredibly skinny or anything like that. It's about feeling healthy and making sure that our physical temples are like nice looking and that they feel good. And I think that kind of brings me to my third point. All of us have a purpose from God, and taking care of our physical bodies, being healthy, both mentally and physically, helps us to be able to be on this earth for as long as we possibly can so that we can fulfill the purpose that we have for God. If my calling is to run after children or to take care of children and pastor children, it's going to be almost impossible for me to do that if I'm barely able to move around because I'm so obese, or if I'm incredibly sick all of the time. It's going to be hard for me to fill out my purpose in the earth if I have no concern for my physical body. And I know that there are some things that we just have no control over, but I think that we should make some efforts to control those things that we do. We have control over what we eat. We have control over how much we exercise, or even it can be a walk. It doesn't have to be like I'm going out and running 72 miles. I don't even do that. But am I doing what I can so that I feel up to getting up and working and serving the Lord in the capacity that I have been called to? I think that's just something that we have to think about. Can people see through our lives that we have self-control when it comes to our physical health? Can people see that we're trying to take care of this temple and God dwells within us? I don't want God to be ashamed to dwell within me, or have no room to dwell within me because I'm so concerned about all of my physical ailments. And am I in a physical position to even be able to do what God has called me to do? I think those are all really great things to think about when we're thinking about being a Christian and being concerned about our physical health. I want to be in this thing for the long haul, so I'm going to take care of my physical body so that I can continue to do what God calls me to do. I'm not going to be in the pulpit wheezing. I'm not going to be completely out of breath and out of shape so I can't run around with my cousins. I don't want to be so worried about being sick that I can't even do anything to serve the Lord. And I know that a lot of physical ailments that people have, they want everybody to come in and do prayer. And I am all about prayer. Trust and believe. I will pray till the cows come home. But I also think that there are some physical things that we could be doing. Are you even listening to what the doctors say about getting out and getting your exercise? Are you even listening to what anybody tells you about what you're putting into your body when it comes to what you eat and what you drink? We can't do whatever in the physical and then continue to pray for these wonderful manifestations in the spiritual. We have to remember that faith without works is dead. So do a little bit of physical work and then expect that God will continue to bless your efforts to be physically and mentally healthy. So that is what I have. I believe it's important for Christians to be concerned about their physical health. And I'll probably continue to have videos about how we can do better physically and mentally so that we are equipped to do what God has called us to do. Yeah, let me know what you all think. Do you think that all of this is crazy? Like, we should only be concerned about our spirit, our inner being? Do you think that it is important for us to want to be healthy physically and to be concerned about exercising, getting mental health treatment if that's what we need, and, eating what's good for us? Let me know what you all think. I'm very interested in what people have to say about this. Thanks. And I will see you next week for a little TLC. Or hopefully I'll see you Friday for Christianity After Dark. All right. Bye, y'all.